Good afternoon to you. Fight Chat TV. This is Tom coming at you with some MMA coverage from over the last couple of weeks in the UFC and a few other organisations. I managed to get a video up in the weekend. For the week, sorry, it's been hectic. And hopefully I'll get one. Really, I'll get one up this weekend and get it to you next week. We've had a few events going over from the UFC. We had the UFC 327 last week, Yuri Prochazka and Carlos Ulberg. We all know how that ended. It was a very, very unusual end to the championship fight. We have Ulberg obviously coming off with a win. He got injured with the ACL. Yuri Prochazka claims that he was giving him mercy during the fight, which he wished he never had as he was fighting for the lightweight championship. I think that's a load of bollocks. I was a massive fan. Well, I still am a fan of Yuri Prochazka, obviously. You don't just not be a fan of someone if they've lost. You stick with them. But I had this different expectations about this fight and how he was going into it, and with all the talk beforehand, with him having a daughter on the way who was going to be born around about the fight time, or maybe a couple of days after. I thought he was just going to fucking go in there for blood and take the belt no matter what, which you should do as a championship. But he claims after he's seen Ulberg get injured, he gave him mercy and he held off him and didn't feel like attacking. And so Ulberg knocked him out. So that's what happens, guys. You're fighting for a championship belt, man. This is everything on the line. It's life and death. And I think it goes to show that Yuri doesn't have a championship mentality. I mean, Ulberg just seen the opportunity and took it like anybody else would. So you've got no excuses. There's no excuses. You don't take your eye off a prize. You don't drop your hands. Never turn your back on your opponent. Be ready at all times. Those is the rules, guys. He wasn't. He was coming at him like nothing was happening. Ulberg threw a lovely punch and just clipped him on the chin and sent him out. Ground and pound. So there's a lot of talk now of people saying that Ulberg should vacate the belt because he's injured, so he could be out for a year. And he can't fight, so that holds up the division. Now, we've got a similar case in the heavyweight division, haven't we? You got Tom Aspinall, and he isn't had to vacate the belt through his injury, is he? So I think everybody should just hold your horses a minute with Ulberg vacating the belt. He's only just got it, see what comes of the injury, and give a guy a break a minute. You want it fair and square. But yeah, see how it goes. I mean, it wasn't the ending I expected for that fight. Not sure what happens to Yuri Prochazka next. Obviously, he said that he will be coming back, but who does the UFC give him now? They've given him a few opportunities. This was a big opportunity to get a belt back. I can't see him fighting for a championship again. He doesn't really deserve a rematch in my eyes. Why? You threw it away in that fight, so you don't get another chance. Simple as. You get your chance and you take it when you can, which you should have. But yeah, that's that. But Ulberg's got the belt for now anyway. Also on that card, we had Paulo Costa come away with a nice win. That was an enjoyable watch. Some lovely kicks from Costa and some striking. It wasn't all in his favour, but yeah, he did well there. Good to see him back on a bit of a fight streak again. Also, we had the retirement of Cub Swanson. He laid his Cubs down in the ring, coming on a win. Yeah, he won, which is a great way to end your career. He's had an amazing career for the UFC. You look at his record and who he's fought. He's been a bit up and down. He's always stayed up there though, and amazing boxer. And he's going into coaching, and he's opened a gym up, and I think that's the best thing for him now. Retire on a high, man, and share your skills with other people and what you've learned over the years. So fair dues to him. Now this leads me on to the next fight of that card. Which I want to brush on, which was Josh Hoykett and Curtis Blades, which for anybody who watched will know was a fucking outstanding fight of just two massive, huge blokes punching the shit out of each other, which is always what we want to see. Man, they just kept going and going and going. The punch after punch. Blades was rocked to the death in the first about 30 seconds. His legs was all over the shop. Hoykett got some punches landing on him, and obviously anybody taking punches from someone of that weight, he's going to struggle. But yeah, it was a war. Dana White was saying that it might be one of the best heavyweight fights he's ever seen. So it was really enjoyable to watch. And obviously leading up to that, we've had Hoykett with all this media and all this cringy shit he's been doing to get himself known. But you can't fault the man. You got to make your way in the UFC. I mean, it was the biggest organization do whatever you do to get in the public. And obviously, it's worked for him. They give him that win on the decisions, which I probably would say that's right. I mean, it was an outstanding skills from him, but they went all the distance, and yeah, so he got the win. Obviously, like he went in terms of the rankings, because he was unranked at the time. After that win, Hoykett jumped straight to rank number 5, which is happy days for him. But what does it say for like the rest of the division? Do you think that's deserved to jump up that high? In the rankings, or should he have fought his way up there a little bit more? Maybe got a few more under the belt before he got into the top 5. What's your thoughts? I personally think like he shouldn't have gone straight up to 5. I know the heavyweight division's a bit all over the shop, isn't it? But just for beating Curtis Blades and like jumping straight up there, I mean, is he a true contender? Is it just hype? And is he gonna? How will he battle and fare against, like, say, the likes of maybe like Aldo Costa or Waldo Costa, sorry, Aspinall if he's back, Cyril Gahn, if Pereira in heavyweight? Does he have the skills? Is what I'm saying. He's had a few fights over PFL, and then he's on a streak year, so let's see. But yeah, for me that ranking was just a little bit too high to jump up to. I don't agree with it really, but nothing to do with me. But let us know what you think really. And obviously they've jumped Hoytick up onto the White House card as well against Derek Lewis. After all this hype, so I mean Derek Lewis, like he's coming off 5 losses now, and he's not very enjoyable to watch. Is this just going to be Josh Hoytick going out there and beating the brakes out of him? Just to get himself another name under the belt, which he looks like it probably will be, and obviously him being American and the sort of this persona that he's built over the last couple of weeks, it's good publicity for the White House card and for people to tune in, more pay-per-view numbers. So like I get that on a business aspect. And look, I want to see him fight again. That was pretty exciting. He's gonna obviously bring some drama and some madness to the UFC probably, and so bring it on, like. But yeah, I think they just slipped that one into the White House card, obviously, just to pump it up a little bit more. And I'm not excited to see him fight Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis is like watching a bit of a slug these days. Like, I think he just gave up in the last fight as well. So probably going to do the same again, boys. Let's see what happens. But yeah, that's that little card. That was from last Saturday. So let us know what you think of Wojtek, and like even against the likes of someone like, what about Gable Stevens? He's obviously signed the UFC now. Who would he fight after Derek Lewis? We'd have to see how the fights pan out. Yeah, no, I'd like to make another mention. Next subject, which was last night, which was the Canadian card. Main card, we had Gilbert Burns versus Mike Mullet. Unfortunately, Gilbert's coming off another loss, announced his retirement last night. He's coming on a 5-loss streak here, so I mean, with the career he's had in MMA and outside of MMA and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, all the tournaments he's winning, I think he's a 3rd-degree black belt, if I'm right, which is fucking absolutely mint, even to get the black belt, but to get to his standard, which is, I get frustrated sometimes why I don't understand he don't use his grappling so much, like, I was watching him against his last fight actually that he won was 2023 against Masvidal, and he did amazing striking because he can strike like a beast, but he was reluctant on a lot of the takedowns, and you think, man, against someone like Masvidal, what Burns was capable of, use your BJJ skills for get a different plan in his head, but yeah, he retired on a loss, but he's still on a high Gilbert Burns at the career he's had. Like you can't fault the fella. He's never said no to a fight. So yeah, that was the only fight I watched off of that card. If I'm honest, was the main card I managed to watch this morning. That's about it, sort of for the UFC. Wanted to mention obviously Alex Pereira looking big for the heavyweight. People saying all about he looks in bad shape, got a belly and all that. And bloody hell, how do you expect to put on so much weight without putting some fat on? Like you got to bulk up. He's probably just getting all the weight and calories on him he can. Like, and then I think you'll see before the White House. You'll see this man's going to be coming in looking like in a crazy shape. I don't think he'll have an ounce of fat on him. I'm very excited because he's going to beat Cyril Gahn. Definitely. That's what I think. So yeah, we had Gilbert Burns he retired, and what else did I have to discuss? Oh, so the 3rd of May, which is a couple of weeks' time, down my end, which is the east coast of Hampshire, there's a MMA tournament, Supreme Championships 24, which will be held in Christchurch. They've done a fair few events so far. It's always a success. I've never been to one. This will be the first one that I'll be attending. I want to shout out to any coaches, gyms, and fighters who would like to get a platform on the Fight Chat TV channel. Give me a message, give me a message, and we'll arrange to have a chat with you and get you on before the event. Promotion for you. I'll give you a mention and do a little video for you. Be great to chat with anyone, really. Anybody is welcome on this channel, and we're just looking to get as far a reach as possible in the grassroots scene, and obviously all around the other scenes for boxing as well and all MMA. So yeah, that's Supreme Championships done in Bournemouth. Give us a shout, any fighters. That's from the 3rd of May. I'll be shouting out to you on Instagram as well. I'll be messaging everybody, so give us a message back if you're interested in coming on. That pretty much concludes my video for today. It was only a quick one. We got some content coming for you between the two of us. Lee will be coming at you with a boxing video tomorrow or one day in the week. And that is about it, guys. Have a fantastic Sunday. Let me know what you thought. And if you have any questions, give us a message on Instagram. Please like, subscribe, and share on YouTube and on the Instagram. Peace.